Daniel Namod. It's a perfect song for today too. Oh gosh, thank you. Well, the thing is, it's funny because I was thinking about this service in mind, and there's laughter, which we've already experienced. There's tears, but that's life. So it's a microcosm. It truly is. It's a microcosm. So, and I'm blessed because one of the things, Okay. So a world that works for everyone and service to the world. Last week, Lanny reminded us of some amazing people. Mother Teresa was one of them. And the works that people have done in the world that were just magnificent and blow us away. And then the stuff that we do here as well, the hospitality house, Christmas trees and holiday things where you can buy gifts for children and other people, all sorts of the food bank, all the service work that we do. And that is so key and it's so important, but it's only part of a greater whole. It's part of a greater whole. Because the title of this talk is Faith Without Works is Dead. But I didn't like the title, so I changed it. So, faith with works is alive. So, that's where it's like, because the thing is that how do you know you're alive? Because you're busy doing something. You're busy being. You're busy just exuberantly loving your life. And that's how you know that you're being transformed. You're being changed by life. Things happen. Some of them really, suck. Some of them are great. But you get to choose your reaction to them. That's your creativity. And the faith that we have, it's the faith that is knowing and trusting something that we can't see. It's invisible to us. It's not there yet. Ernest Holmes says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We don't know. We don't actually know there's going to be tomorrow. You guys all think so. But you don't really, you'd have faith in that. You know, faith means the presence of the invisible principle is working in and through us at all the time. And that we know how to work with it. We know how to co-create with Spirit to have our lives go a certain way. Now, sometimes it goes a different way. So whenever I do a treatment, it's like this or something better. Because my idea is probably not always, sometimes it is, but cancel. The best thing that could happen for me. Because my ideas sometimes are a little limited. It's like, just clean up the kitchen for heaven's sake. But anyway, so I digress. But faith has made thee whole. There's all these things out of the Bible, all these little words like, I and my Father are one. We talk about that all the time. We are spirit in human form. We co-create with God. The Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. So Spirit, God, Creator, universal power, whatever you want to call that principle, is working through us all the time. And we, sense this marvelous presence. We see the synchronicities. We see just a beaming face in front of us. Somebody we just met or somebody we have loved for years. It's Spirit looking back at us. And so God is in and through all of us, all the time, always. And works, what are works? Works is what you do. You get out of bed, you get in the shower, you feed the cat. Or maybe you feed the cat, then you get in the shower. It's what you do. Definition of works is huge. It's life. And you're giving your gift to others. Yes, we're in service. We're doing things that make the planet and the community richer and better and help people. But it's more than that. It's you being your unique self, you being happy. If you're happy, do you know the impact you have versus when you're upset and angry? It's almost scary sometimes. I'm not pretty when I'm angry. It's not as scary. It's really bad. Or crabby or anyway. But the thing is that's what's so important. Our works are getting out of bed and putting your feet on the floor and going forward. And how do we do that? With grace and joy or other ways. Sometimes we do. And dead means not alive, which I've already said I don't like to go there. But what about living in a way that brings you totally alive? That sparkles you? What brings you joy? That's what we should be doing. We should be doing that. And then Ernest Holmes tells us to be spiritual is to create. The spirit is alive, conscious, aware, and active. And so the whole world around us, everything, this, that is all alive. It's all moving. It's all God. It's all of us. But we forget, and then we remember. But love and life, it's all God. It's all us. And so faith with works is alive. So the key is to live each day as you are fully alive. And that's why days like September 11th and having sweet, loving friends go on to a better place is so poignant. But it also reminds me, what am I doing right now alive? I'm here. I am alive. I'm here. I'm living full out. So I have some key questions that I ask myself that I'm going to share with you. And you can do what you want with them. Do I live by my faith in divine creator spirit? Do I remember that I'm one? Do I make mistakes and miss the mark? Yeah, all the time. But of course, I forgive myself because I have faith in Spirit's infinite forgiveness. And sometimes some of my biggest mistakes have turned out to be great, but it didn't happen right away. It came, there was a lag time in there. And what are my works? What are my works? One of my things yesterday was one of my works is to prepare this talk, to talk with you guys today. That's one of my works, it's like to do that. And then the works that people brought on Friday night to the celebration, they were pies, they were cakes, they were salads, they were burritos, I didn't eat most of this stuff. There was all sorts of cool food. Those are works too. It's all works. Okay, what motivates my works? Now here's a little of a shadow side. And I don't know if we have any martyrs in here. But it's like, are you doing it from the love of your heart and the joy in the process? Or are you doing it because it makes you a good person? What's your motivation? What's your shadow? And I'm not going to go into that because we've done enough shadow stuff today. But there is that balance in there. Do you come from joy and gratitude? Why are you doing your works? And this is a tough one. Is there any part of me that feels dead, not fully alive? Is there any part of my life that I think needs to be energized? And how alive do I feel? Do I feel truly alive? Am I energized in my life? Am I living in joy? And if I'm not, I forgive myself and look where I can be creative. Where can I shift that energy? What can I do to make a difference maybe in someone else's life? Because that boomerangs and makes a difference in my life. Or I don't know. Because I don't have to sit on my little pity pot. It's a choice. I can sit and feel sorry for myself, or I can do some works. Okay. So the other thing I found, that's the joy of preparing for the talks. I get on the internet. Thank God for the internet. Thank you. Without it, anyway, I probably wouldn't be a minister. But I found this place. It's a positive psychology, and it's at the University of Pennsylvania, and it's a Dr. Martin Seligman, and the website is called Authentic Happiness. Okay, you guys all have pieces of paper. If you have a pen, write that down. No, you don't, whatever. Because it's very cool, because they're studying happiness, they're studying creativity, and they give you a chance to participate in the studies. There are questionnaires that you can go on and take. There's a gratitude survey that's only 5 or 6 questions. You can tell what I was doing yesterday. And then there's one on flourishing, and it's called perma-flourishing, but perma means positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishment. And that's only 23 questions. And when you're taking this, you learn about yourself, and they've got data for their studies. So I want to spur and support anyone who is studying happiness and meaning and creativity. They also, which I didn't take this questionnaire, was satisfaction with life scale. So there's there were 20 different questions you could take. And they have initiatives that they're working on too. One's called Growth Through Adversity. And we all have adversity in our lives. And the other one, a World Well-Being Project. And creativity and imagination is another initiative that they got. They have, and this is stuff that we can access. And then if you don't have the computer, talk to a friend who has one. You can do it that way. There is a little registration, but it's nominal. And this doesn't cost anything. But it's remembering the creative process. And Lanny talked about this last week. It's our thoughts. It's the feelings that we have about that. And then it's the actions we take, and then that creates our lives. Those are the results. That's the printout. So if you're looking at your life and you're going, and I do this, I go, well, yeah, this is I'm not doing very well here. I need to go back and look at my thoughts and my feelings about that. And what am I doing? And it's just like that little formula. Thoughts, feelings, actions, result. So clear. And if something's out of whack, I know where to look now. So one of the other things that they are looking at that university is how we get more creative. And that creative activities actually engaged in just for the process of doing the activity, because that's the joyful part, increases our creative juices. We get more creative, more original thinking, and our health is better. You're healthier if you're out there creating and dreaming up new things and feeling totally alive, giving your unique gifts to the world. And your new unique gift could be a smile. It's the whole range. I don't know, Mother Teresa and beyond, and then a smile, or petting your cat, or dog, or canary. Whatever animal you have that touches your heart, appreciating that. So, it's almost like I want to purchase an insurance policy. I do treatment, I do meditation. It's like I do as many things as I can to support a vibrant life. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do too. The other thing that the creativity and well-being, it gives you a sense of mastery, agency, and brings meaning to your life, brings more meaning to your life. And then when you are going through adversity, which we all do, you are more resilient. You have more tools, more ways that you can work through it. So, what do you think of some of these musicians who have written amazing songs for us? Their creativity is out there. That's their works. Gracie. Jill, have you written songs? She sings. Juanita sings. I know Jeff's written songs. And John sings. I just found this out. But the thing is through the music and then, or the painting, and then this, I don't know how many of you know this wall hanging behind us, the silk wall hanging, was created by Shara's creative arts group. There's all sorts of creativity. And it doesn't have to be a tangible piece of art. There are friendships that you create. You co-create friendships, deep connections with people. Gary's had some wonderful people helping him launch his boat and pull it back out. Those are works you're co-creating. And, you go away for the weekend with friends and you just laugh. Your laughter is your work. Your laughter for the day is it's joyful. And the other thing I found is I found a tree that has all these practices on it. They call it the Tree of Contemplative Practices. It's from a website called On Being, which is connected with NPR, and it's Krista Tippett. Some of you may have heard of her. But it encompasses all sorts of things. It's like storytelling, communion, activism, getting out there doing something, meditation, loving kindness, visualization. I'm reading these without my glasses. I'm very impressed. Retreats, coming into council, doing the circles, work and volunteering, going on a pilgrimage, journaling. Oh, there's so many things that are our works. And sleeping's a work too, by the way. Resting. So any of you who are sleeping out there, you are actually working. Because the thing is that is nourishing you. That is your work. It's a balance. It's a rest. You have to rest or you can't do you don't have the energy. So movement, the Qigong, that's your work. It's everywhere. It's your day. It's your life. It's what you do. And you may do magnificent things and you may do wonderful things that help people. But you also need to take care of yourself. So early on in the announcements, we had the circle was announced. And one of the works that Brenda McMillan did was she organized everyone for the river cleanup. And so Friday night, I saw pictures of her with her crew on the river with masks. And, they were dirty. But boy, did they look happy. They're doing something for the planet, doing something for the world, cleaning up the river. So I encourage any of you to join with Frank on the 17th. The announcement is in your bulletin. Because that too is a work. And you could go and have fun with friends. So it's both. You get to do both. So faith without works is dead. Faith with works is alive. I claim for all of us joyful living each and every day. Faith in our oneness with Spirit always. And one last quote. In the end, it's not going to matter how many breaths you took, but how many moments took your breath away. Ching Jiao. So the affirmation for this week is, my faith inspires my creativity and action. Let's say that together. My faith inspires my creativity and action. My faith inspires my creativity and actions. My faith inspires my creativity and actions. And so it is.